Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Eerie Sky Watching YouTube channel. I'm gonna try not to breathe so heavy into the mic last time because I was like panting like a dog into it. I didn't even realize, but I think I was like blowing my breath into it too heavily. So I stumbled upon this article, and I'm really glad I did. Um, just something about it reminds me of that movie Soylent Green from the 1970s. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Basically, it's like this almost apocalyptic world where food is scarce. Fresh meat and fresh produce can only be afforded by elites. Everybody else eats these soy and lentil pellets. That's why it's called Soylent Green. And they had different ones, Soylent Red, Soylent Yellow, different little like not I don't think tablet's the right word, but almost like little chips or whatever they people would eat. And well, they had these pods where you could end yourself in, and they took those bodies and they would make it into the Soylent Pebbles. So it turned out the main character in the movie found out that Soylent Green was made from people, and that was like the big ending of the movie. And like in the beginning of the movie, the president found out the truth about it, so somebody ends up breaking in and taking him out, which he didn't resist because now that he knew the truth about it, he couldn't live with himself anymore. So that was a little basis of the show, what happened in there. We're here on vegan news, and there's this place apparently called Mr. Charlie's that is making a sudden, it's becoming quite popular now, and we'll be talking about that today. So welcome to Mr. Charlie's, the anti-McDonald's that's about to be everywhere. There are 18 new locations planned in Arizona. They're re-rating fast food. So they start off by saying the symbolism of like red and yellow. The red backdrop and the golden arches. Cheap burgers and fries, blah blah blah. Red triggers stimulation, appetite, and hunger, and the yellow triggers feelings of happiness and friendliness. Yes, I do believe they use colors for certain to catch your eye and make you feel different emotions and such. But fast, cheap, processed meat isn't just unhealthy for our bodies; it's devastating to the planet. Okay, I don't believe the devastating to our planet part, but I will say it's very unhealthy for our bodies. I mean, I guess, well, it's by eating that stuff, it is harming us heavily, but what they're trying to say here is that it's not climate friendly because, well, I was gonna say because it's cow or whatever, but I don't even know what's in McDonald's, and I don't even want to know. So let's just move on from that. What if you could have the red and yellow experience with fries and burgers without the environmental cost, without the carbon footprint? Mr. Charlie's, a fast food chain with a difference. No processed beef. You're going to find out what they mean exactly by no processed beef. No compromise on flavor, just craveable food. That's because Mr. Charlie's is the vegan answer to McDonald's. That's why there's no processed beef. Mr. Charlie's has the same iconic red and yellow branding as McDonald's, but contradicts the fast food giant because it's all vegan. And let's take a look at their Mr. Frowny meals, which come with a drink, plant-based burger, or nugget. You can opt out for not a chicken sandwich. So take a look at their little logo here, Mr. Charlie's. We've got a frowny face with X's in their eyes. What are X's in eyes usually associated with? Someone who's not currently alive anymore. What was Soylent Green about? It was Soylent Green was supposedly these vegan food that everybody was eating, but it turned out not to be vegan. Turn that frown upside down is their little slogan. And literally, like, everything they have has a X'd out eye person, which we know what that means. That's why I'm making that correlation, because it seems a little strange. Kind of like, I'll cover this hopefully in the future. There is a company called Soylent, and they literally said they liked the name from the Soylent Green movie, so they based their company off of that. And they make like soy, pretty sure it's soy products. Anyway, I will make sure to try and cover that in the future, because that is very disturbing. They pretty much said they liked the disturbing name of Soylent, so that's why they went with it. Okay. To pivot the world into plant-based and oh yeah. First, let's talk about the co-founder, Taylor McKinnon. His he wants to pivot the world into plant-based and create something craveable, but it's not easy. It was worth it though, he says. And then he started in 2022. He has one in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Sydney, Australia. And oh, Mike Tyson's in on there too. Of course, Mike Tyson's an investor. And most recently, it also partnered with Patrick Lamb. I might have to dive in this more, do some more research into the people involved in this. Today, we're just talking about the article. But I should for sure do a second part on this. So, Mr. Charlie's isn't just surviving, it's thriving. This is the other guy. Co-founder is Aaron Haxton. Hacks. Like, my goodness, this is just crazy. You called the plant-based food fast food, largely untappable. What do you think is holding it back? Scaling it is hard, especially in a space that's being defined. Rents are high, costs are high, and if your model isn't tight, the cracks show. We moved slowly on purpose. We wanted to build something with depth. Our story is everything we've been through and everything we stand for. We believe the world needs more balance, care, and truth, and we're a part of that. Everyone matters. People's planet and animals and the planet. But the systems haven't always reflected that, so we're going to do our part. We're doing it with joy and color and purpose. Why is Mr. Charlie's the brand to break through? Billions of people are supporting us, reminding us why this matters. The only reason we've chosen to grow, the demand is real, and it's coming from people who are ready for something that's kinder, more honest, and actually fun. What could fast food feel like if it wasn't limited by old framework? Mr. Charlie's is different because it's layered. It's humor. It's a message wrapped in comfort food. We're not responding to trends. We're creating a cultural permission slip to eat with awareness. And they got the little frowny face, X'd out eye person. And then there's also a cow that says, "Stop staring at me like I'm some piece of meat." Again, people have been eating cows, chickens for the longest time. I don't know how all of a sudden that's bad for the environment, and it's considered cruel to animals. But back in the Bible days, people ate meat. They sacrificed to the Lord. Now that Jesus died for our sins, that is no longer needed. But still, if God didn't want us to eat meat, he would have said in the Bible, do not eat any meat. He does specify what meat you should and should not eat. Like pork is and crustaceans are the biggest thing that people eat that you should not be eating, as well as catfish, because it doesn't have scales. The fish has to have scales and fins. But back to McCharlie's. You're expanding. Why now, and what kind of impact are you hoping to make there? They want to move there because it's showing what's possible when you partner with the right people. Patrick Lamb came with a vision and belief and saw a chance to build something meaningful. This rollout gives us a platform to do what we've always done: bring people in, feed them well, and make them feel welcome. Every new city is a new canvas. We want each Arizona location to feel a fresh expression of the same soul. Notice how he says the word soul. Not just expansion, it's story building. And if we do it right, it becomes part of the cultural fabric.